So when I'm considering painting in this thing, I'm looking at, I may try to use a spray gun in here. I don't know that I'm going to be able to prime it with the spray gun necessarily, but I'm gonna try it. So what I'm gonna do is, I've got a little test panel here. I'm gonna go ahead and just do a light sanding, very light sanding on it with some really fine grit sandpaper. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of primer in the spray gun and see if I can coat this thing decent enough. So we'll see. I'm not sure it's gonna work. Again, this is just a little trial run. If it does work, I think it'll save us a lot of time. If not, then we'll do it manual, which will take a little more time. So let's see what happens. I just finished testing different mediums inside the camper, different types of paneling that's in there, some with wallpaper, some not, some bare. Also one of the little shelf inserts out of there as well. And I just used my spray gun and just kind of took my time on it. And I think that it's adhering really well. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a paint expert, and I guess time will tell. This KILZ primer that I'm using seems to be bonding with all of the surfaces, whether I sanded them or not. I tried some different techniques on each one just to see which one performed better in terms of sanding and all that good stuff, and I don't notice a difference thus far. Now that may change over time, but yeah, I can't tell a difference. So I may be wrong, and time will tell, but this isn't my home. This is just a temporary thing that we enjoy on the weekends, so I'm not worried about it lasting 30 years. And that may be the wrong mentality, but I need it to last years, just not 30 years. Because I don't think the materials in there will last that long, and therefore the paint would be worthless as well. But I digress. What I'm going to do then, I think we're going to roll forward with using the spray gun. So I'm not ready to start painting yet in there, but there's some work that has to be done, and then we'll get everything prepped up, and then we'll start spraying this thing with primer, and hopefully we'll start getting stuff painted. So we're going to do some more testing here, and I'm going to see what will happen. Spraying this cabinet down just with some primer. You can see where there was some, it's not really a wallpaper, but it's just that finish that's on these cabinets that have been peeling off. So I peeled off all the loose stuff, scraped the loose edges, and then sanded that down. So we'll see what it does. Again, we're just going to try this out. I hit everything with just a light sand just to rough it up a hair. And then this is one of the countertops I'll be rebuilding, but let's go ahead and see what we can do. Just hitting this with a coat of primer, and we'll see how it turns out. All right, I'm working through just a little bit of the priming in the bathroom. You can see I've just started spraying some of it. But anyways, we're working through. I've just hit this very lightly. As you can tell, this is that dark brown, but it's gonna cover up fine. I am getting ready to spray this thing with a coat of primer. I am prepping everything, getting everything taped off. I've started moving everything out, which most of everything is out of here. These light fixtures like this are going to be replaced. So I'm not too concerned about them getting anything on there. The rest of it will be taped off. But the main thing is these windows, obviously with the slide out of here. The bathroom has been done already, so I'm not gonna worry about that. We've removed all of the cabinet doors, all of the hardware, and we're just spraying all this white. The lower cabinets are gonna be a different color, but we're gonna keep the uppers white. So I'm gonna go ahead and prime them good, and then we'll put a different white on them for the final coat. It's gonna be a satin finish. So I'm going to keep on taping this stuff off. I hate it, but it pays off in the long run. It's just boring work. So that's where we're at right now. So we have one coat of primer on everything. You can tell I didn't get the best coverage, but again, this is the first coat, so I'm not stressed out too much about it. I think it covered pretty well in terms of what we're wanting it to do and needing it to do. I think it's gonna work just fine. We're probably gonna put 2 coats of just a satin finish final paint on here to kind of give it the look and the texture and the composition that we want, and we should be good to go. This area up here is going to be covered in a wallpaper, so we're not too concerned about that, as well as a portion of this in the bathroom, and then we've got some tile work that we're going to do behind the range and whatnot, so that'll be covered up with that. Of course, up here is cabinets, so not concerned about that either. Other than that, you know, we'll have the cushions here. We've got some fabric trim pieces that go over the top and the sides of these backrests. And let's see, what else do we have? I think that's about it, right? The carpet's gonna be going over the top of this, sides, and down the face of it on both of them. So we're not worried about coverage on that. And then this is the top for this large storage area, and I don't know if I'm going to paint the inside of that or not, but maybe so. And then I'm going to paint probably the top of this when everything's folded down, when it's in resting position where the mattress lays on top of it, just to finish it off. Painted the inside of these little closets that we have, so we'll make sure and get a good coat on those. And I think that is going to be about it. So it really brightened it up in here, obviously, and that's with the windows covered. Of course, we do have our major skylight over here. Ignore all the trash out there. That stuff we've been ripping out. So I'm going to be hauling that to the dump here in a day or two. But anyways, that's where we're at right now. And microwave insert, I'm not going to worry about painting inside here either. But this will all be trimmed out once I get the microwave reinstalled back in there. So we're not going to be too concerned with that. But I think it's going okay. It's getting it covered the way we need it to. Took a little longer than I wanted yesterday. Had a little bit of mechanical issues with my compressor and the paint gun, but we're back at it again today, and we'll try to get everything done.
We're wrapping up a big day of painting. So we've got both primer and final coats on through the whole camper, so we were able to take down our taping. And then we have all of the cabinet doors done. A little bit of touch-up paint is going to be needed. You can see here, like where we missed a little bit. But we did go ahead and install the new hardware just to kind of test it out on this one. And then we have our doorknobs that are going to be coming in. And then this had the glass insert, so we're going to replace that with the a radiator cover. And so all that will get installed. Really happy with how the gray turned out. We decided not to paint the side tabletops. I'm going to recover these with contact paper and then leave this wood trim. This is the tile for the bathroom, but all this is painted. Looks really great. Super happy. Gonna need to, that wood trim, the trimmed out wood trim interior, we didn't have it caulked, but now that everything's white, you can really see where we need to get, all these little, so we'll have to caulk all that. We taped up the fridge, and we're going to paint those panels black, so it'll be an all black fridge. And then I'm going to do the same thing here with the table. This is the dinette table, and we're going to put the contact paper here. But if I step back, You can really see the difference paint makes. We started installing the kitchen back. So we're doing the gray here on the bottom. We are going to be replacing this countertop. It was just too, you can really see this water damage. So we are going to replace the counter. So we went ahead and installed it. And then we're going to take this off and use it as a template. But these cabinets are, I mean, you really, the quality of the materials is lacking. So this coat of paint really does bring new life into that kind of drury wood. But we got gray on the bottom and then the white on top. Got the microwave installed back. You can see what the new flooring is going to look like. We thought about just doing the flooring over on top of the old flooring, but since we had gone through so much effort in replacing so many of the walls, we went ahead and just pulled it out. And so this is just 99-cent peel and stick wood planks that we got from Lowe's. And so we're going to be installing this in the next few days. And then we have not got the bathroom installed yet. Again, you can see just the damage, the water damage. So we're going to be replacing the countertops, but the white wallpaper these walls with the gray here in the bathroom. So we're going to be putting everything inside since it is going to probably storm tonight here and get it covered up. We still do have to paint and put back in the hookup here, and then we will be able to get the flooring all done.